Hi everybody, welcome to Piano Lessons with Elvin, episode 27, the continuation of a series on 7th chords. This one will be about major 7 chords, which can also be known more specifically as major 7 chords, which sounds kind of fun. Major, but you'll almost always see it as just labeled and spoken as a major 7 chord. And yep, the prior video was on dominant 7s, or just a 7 chord. And feel free to check that out. But yeah, here we go. Let me just grab the phone. So, with major 7, let me find a note. What's a nice note? Let's start with a D. D is nice. So, with major 7 chords, the answer really lies in just that name itself. Major 7 chords, both aspects of it will be major. When we make a 7th chord, there is 2 aspects. This really goes with any sort of chord with a number after it, like C9, C11. So with a D major 7 chord, both parts were major. The chord itself is major, so we do a major chord, and then we need a major 7, which will be this. And then we combine it. Video done! Okay, now to get into the weeds of it, on the prior video, I talked about how there's kind of 3 ways to approach how to figure out what is the major 7 interval. On the prior video, it was about a minor 7 interval. This assumes you know major chord, so if you don't, watch my other video on that. So here's a major chord. Now, one way to get to it is, what is D major? What's the scale of the root note? D major is this. Perfect, and we stay in the realm of major. So what's the 7th note of a D major scale? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now you just add it with that other chord. And you get these really beautiful chords. Major 7 chords are so pretty. I've been hearing kind of a resurgence of them with lots of lo-fi music and even some kind of new pop or hip-hop kind of beats, which has been really pretty. Yeah, there's such beautiful chords. Some of my favorite to jam on. And then the second way you could come up with it is to think about the interval relationship itself. So one of the nice ways to know about major 7s, this helped me out a lot in university, was I would always think just a half step less than an octave. Here's an octave, and just go 1 half step less. Bing, bing. Sometimes that's faster than thinking about the scale. Or, not that, I'm proficient enough that thinking D major is not that big of a deal. But you could always think, wherever you're at, oh, I'm on F. Okay, half step lower than F. Right there. Cool. Now I'm on F. What's the F major chord? Cool, now we combine it. There's the F major 7. There's 2 routes. I suppose with a major chord, you only need 2 routes because they both live within the realm of major. Hence the more specific name, major chord. And anytime you have, all 7 chords will really have 2 qualifiers in like the super detailed sense. One to qualify the chord, major. One to qualify the interval, major. Major 7 chord, that's redundant, so people will just say major 7. So here's an F major 7. How did I know this? Once again, F major chord. What's the F major scale? And the 7th note of an F major scale is an E. And then the other way, just think a half step lower than the octave of whatever the root note is. Cool. Let me do one on a B flat. Here's the B flat chord. Here's a B flat scale. So the 7th note, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we just add that with the B flat chord. Or the other method, here's a B flat octave. Sorry, my arm's in the way. And then just shrink it down a half step. And I'll just do this in a few other shapes here. Do one on D flat or C sharp major, however your preference is. There's the, I like D flat, so we'll say D flat. And then, what's the scale of D flat? There's the 7th note. Or there's the octave, and shrink it down. Sweet, now I'll just kind of run through a whole bunch of these. So here's a G major 7, F sharp major 7, F major 7, E major 7, E flat. And a very famous classical piece called Gymnopédie, the first one by Eric Satie, starts with that chord. This is supposed to be with 2 hands, but here we go. And then it does a D major 7. There's the G. There's the rest of it, G. And then it goes to a D. Now, if I rearrange those notes, the D down there with these, D, we get A, C sharp, F sharp. If I rearrange it, there's the D major 7. And there's, there's so many great songs just that use those chords. Like I said, you hear it a lot with lo-fi, and lots of kind of more modern pop songs I've been hearing, which is great because it's a little bit more of complex theory, so it gives me hope. Yeah, but I hope you really enjoyed that explanation. There's a few more left to do. Really, there's a minor 7 chord, then a half diminished 7 chord, and then a fully diminished 7 chord. And I think that's it for those. So, yeah, stay tuned. I'll have those videos coming up too. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd love to answer the comments, and I always appreciate a subscribe. It means a lot to me. So thanks for taking the time. Hope everything's going great in your world, and see you next time.